Hey guys, this is UBR Tech back with another video. Today's video is going to be a review for a leather holster. So before I get started, I'd like to ask everybody to please subscribe. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. Now let's get back to the video. So the guys over at Craft sent out this holster made by Falco holsters. They sent this out for me to review it. So a quick disclaimer before we get into the review. This is the first leather holster I've ever used, and I wore it for over 2 weeks. Now we can get back into the review. So the first thing I want to note is the shipping was extremely fast. They used DHL shipping company, and I was really happy how fast the holster was delivered. So this is a hand-molded premium leather outside the waistband holster with a lacquered finish. It's smooth and custom fitted for the P365. The materials that they use for this, it's thick Italian leather, German threads, and a steel reinforced thumb brake. You can see Falco also puts their logo on the thumb brake. Not only does it look really nice, but it also feels really durable too. When I first opened the packaging, you could smell the lacquer, but as I broke in the holster, the lacquer smell started to go away and you could start smelling leather. The break-in process isn't too bad, but to be expected. So when I first got it, it was really hard to get it seated as far as it is right now because you want the muzzle of the gun to be as close as possible to the opening. So this way it could be seated so the thumb brake could be engaged. When I first put the gun into the holster, it would only go about like that deep. So then you had to really push on the gun. Obviously you have to make sure it's safe and that there's no ammo in the gun. And you have to push extremely hard to get it seated all the way like it is now. But once I started to seat it and remove it, seat it and remove it, you could feel it getting better with every draw. Also, the first time putting this holster on my carry belt, it took a lot of elbow grease to get it on there. The thumb brake was really stiff too. I snapped and unsnapped the thumb brake multiple times just to break it in. And as you can see, it's pretty easy to get it to unsnap now. And even to snap it before was really hard to get it engaged. And now it just snaps in really easily. This type of break-in process is typical, and that's because when you finally do break it in, it'll feel like it has the perfect fit for your gun. Again, this is all to be expected. This is an outside the waistband holster, and it holds about 4 o'clock position, and it also is canted a little bit more than I'm used to, but I got used to it fairly quickly. The belt slots here are 1.5 inches wide by default, but you can ask them to customize the belt slots to fit virtually any gun belt that you have. Just add this into the notes of your order and they'll customize it for you. This holster also has a open muzzle design, as you can see right here, which is great because then I could use my threaded barrels with the holster. This holster would be good for open carry where you live or using it at the range like I did. The price for the holster is about $79. And I guess at this point we can go over some of the things I didn't like about the holster. For me, every time I would draw from the holster, I would rack my fingers right here. The other thing too is I'd have to retrain to draw from the holster because there's a thumb brake here. That's not too much of a downside. It's more or less like you have to retrain and get used to it. And again, because I normally use Kydex holsters, they don't have thumb brakes, and this is completely different than what I'm used to. So if you never had a thumb brake, as long as you retrain yourself, it's doable and you can be very proficient with it once you get used to it. Overall, this seems like a really well-made leather holster. The reason why I'm not giving it a score is because I really don't typically use leather holsters. I only conceal carry, and when I do conceal carry, I prefer to use Kydex holsters. Guys, if you're looking for a well-made leather holster, you should check out Craft holsters. And I think they even carry some Kydex holsters and concealed carry bags as well. I'm going to put a link in the description so this way you guys can go over and check them out. If you thought the video was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. As always, thanks for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.